In anticipation of the 2022 midterm elections, Republican and Democrat senators have come together in an attempt to pass immigration reform before the end of this year. On March 15th, the Senate Subcommittee on Immigration met on a hearing on the barriers to legal immigration, and they committed during this meeting to pass immigration reform before the end of this year. Keep watching because we are going to talk about what immigration provisions are likely to be included and why it is important to them to get this reform done before November of this year. And if this is your first time on my channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications for regular immigration news updates. And if you would like to get my help on your case, call our office to schedule a consultation at 212-248-7907. So why is there currently a bipartisan effort to work together on immigration? During the hearing on March 15th, Democratic and Republican senators on the Senate Subcommittee on Immigration met to discuss the barriers to legal immigration and the need to overhaul and modernize the system. Both sides expressed frustration at Congress's inability to pass any changes to our immigration system. Democrats are eager to pass immigration reform and deliver on campaign promises, and Republicans recognize that a lack of immigration reform is starting to hurt the U.S. economy. And there are now fears that if Republicans take power after the November midterm elections, immigration hardliners will stop any attempts at reform. So with pressure mounting to pass something before then, Senator Durbin, who is in charge of the Immigration Subcommittee, vowed to work with the Republican members to come up with something they could put to a vote and pass by November.
I want to accept the challenge that Senator Cornyn has made. Let's put a bill before this committee. Let's see what elements we can agree on and put it before this committee.
So what immigration measures could potentially get passed in this bipartisan effort? There were 5 initiatives mentioned during the hearing that previously received bipartisan support and are most likely to be considered. The first is protection for Dreamers. The DREAM Act was originally co-sponsored by Republican Lindsey Graham and would provide a pathway to citizenship for the estimated 1.2 million immigrants brought to the country illegally as children. This is something Republicans have expressed an interest in passing, including Senator Tillis in the recent committee meeting.
I, for one, would like for this to be the Congress where we address the DACA population, that we also address some of these guest worker programs and green card issues.
If the full DREAM Act cannot get enough votes, there is the possibility of providing a limited pathway to citizenship for just the 600,000 plus current DACA participants. The second issue that has support on both sides of the aisle is recapturing unused employment-based green cards. Currently, there are 875,000 immigrants stuck in the employment-based green card backlog, and Congressional Research Services recently estimated that without significant change, that could exceed 2 million by the year 2030. In response to this, Republican and Democratic senators have proposed the Preserving Employment Visas Act, which would recapture unused visas from 2020 and 2021 and allow them to be used in reducing this backlog as a way of helping the U.S. economy. A third initiative with broad support is green card recapture for healthcare workers. The Healthcare Workforce Resilience Act was previously proposed with bipartisan support and would recapture as many as 40,000 unused employment-based green cards to be issued specifically to doctors and nurses. Currently, many of these workers are employed with H-1B visas, and the shortage of skilled healthcare workers during the pandemic has incentivized Congress to provide a more permanent solution. The fourth area with bipartisan support is providing a solution for children who age out of their ability to get a green card through their parents' application, often referred to as documented dreamers. The America's Children Act has been proposed with bipartisan support and could lock in a child's age when they file for a green card to prevent them from aging out of eligibility. And the fifth initiative, which would be necessary in order to secure Republican support for other immigration provisions, is an effort to secure the southern border. One package under consideration is the Bipartisan Border Solutions Act. This was proposed by a group of senators from both parties and would establish new regional processing, massively increase staff to manage the border, and grant additional resources for border processing. What do you think? Are there immigration provisions missing that you expected to see? Leave me a comment below and let me know. In order to pave the way for immigration reform to be done before the midterm elections, President Biden has taken the first step and passed a new asylum rule in order to address the border crisis. I will include a link to that video here. I will also continue to bring you additional immigration news as it becomes available, so if you haven't done so yet, subscribe and also turn on the notifications. Click here to watch this video next, and I'll see you there.